That's right. Welcome to the side of the ring because it's time for some Ringside rumors. 3 top rumors, as always, ladies and gentlemen. So without further ado, we're just going to jump straight into it. Seth Rollins is Triple H's, quote, leading candidate to win the new WWE World Heavyweight Championship. Russell Oates tells Gives Me Sport. Their story lists other possibilities, but says there's a very strong chance Rollins will win the new title at Night of Champions. The introduction of the new belt was a Triple H call, according to Sports Illustrated. Justin Barrasso, the game reportedly believes Raw needs a world title, which led Barrasso to write that, quote, it will be a shock if Roman Reigns and his titles don't stay on SmackDown. So a lot of people, so there was a couple of people out there that were right. It's a very strong chance, and he's the leading candidate. So, I mean, that's more or less saying yes. That's more or less saying yes to it. So, there you go, right? Now, I guess the only thing left to do is to just see how the build goes, right, for Rollins and whoever goes up against them, because it's pretty much that now, right? It's pretty much just like, it's going to be Rollins and then it's going to be Rollins and Vacant, because, Vacant's been having a really good career as of late. I'm glad it's Rollins, I'm excited to how, the build goes for, the upcoming match and everything, and I can't wait to see Rollins on his World Heavyweight title run. Our next top rumor, Big E is rumored to return during the upcoming draft, tweets WRKD Wrestling. So that's it. The local medical facility has finally said, you know what, Big E, gosh darn it, my boy, you're ready to go. Your neck's looking fine. Look over there. Okay, look over there. All right, give me 5. Okay, on the backhands, black hand side. What was it? Never mind. Just go wrestle. Okay, that's a good way to give him a shock shock return and everything like that. Speaking of shock debuts, though, if you caught a SW yesterday, Roderick Strong is now part of the AEW roster, so I'm incredibly happy for him. I'm excited to see what's going to happen with him. And Trinity Fatu is on Impact Wrestling. So again, I'm looking forward to seeing how it goes for her, and I'm very excited for her future with the company. But yeah, I'm excited for Big E. I'm looking forward to seeing what storylines he's going to be involved in. I'm curious to see if they're going to put him in the tournament for the World Heavyweight Championship. Now, I know that he's not going to, at least from here, because I remember seeing somebody say that it would be good if Big E won, So, if he doesn't win, it's like, all right. I don't think that he needs to. I don't know. Because if you put him in the tournament, people are going to want him to win. There's going to be people out there that are going to be torn between him and Rollins. So, but since Rollins obviously leading candidate, strong choice and all that, you know what I'm saying? A lot of people are definitely going to be a little bit soured, because I know a lot of people also want LA Knight to win as well. But, there's just a lot of... There's a lot of candidates. A lot of people were complaining that there weren't that many candidates, but I think that there's a decent amount, and Big E's definitely one of them. So, listen, we're just gonna have to wait and see. All right, only time will tell. Our final top rumor, according to Wrestling Observer's Brian Alvarez, after Indy Hartwell was injured during Tuesday's main event, NXT officials changed the finish to have Tiffany Stratton win the women's title, but went back to the originally planned one when Hartwell was able to return. In addition to Indy's injury, Alvarez said on Wrestling Observer Live that Grayson Waller was injured during his rolling cutter finish at Spring Breakin', which caused his match with Carmelo Hayes to immediately go to its finish. The attack angle NXT ran for Sol Ruca this week was also covered for her being legitimately hurt. Alvarez didn't know the extent of any of these injuries. So Hartwell's on the outside. Tiffany goes for the moonsault. Oh man, it's nasty. It's nasty. Hartwell, she does okay, you're not gonna remember this. Do you remember when, oh god, what was it? I don't remember specifically. It's Big Show and John Cena. Big Show throws John Cena over the top rope, and John Cena he catches his leg, and his leg goes like that. That doesn't make any sense. I'm looking at the wrong hand. The point is, his leg. He gets his leg under his leg, and that's what happened to Indy Hartwell. Can we talk about the fact that they were willing to pull the trigger on Tiffany Stratton? Can we talk about that? The fact that they were willing to pull the trigger on Tiffany Stratton and not Roxanne Perez again, despite the fact that Roxanne Perez has already been a world. Even though Roxanne Perez didn't really, because she won the championship, and then she fell over. She fell off. And then she came back and was like, I never lost my title. So, neither of them really got like a fair shot at the title, to be fairly honest with you. But the fact that they were willing to give it to Tiffany, and Tiffany is going on record to be like, hey, I really don't think that I'm ready to go up to the main roster yet. I need a little bit more time in NXT. And they were like, well, here, this should help. It doesn't seem like she's going to have surgery. You wouldn't be running. You wouldn't be running if you needed surgery. Like, you wouldn't come back out at all if you needed surgery. And Grayson Waller, I don't think that he's that hurt either, but I don't know, you know what I'm saying? And I have no idea what's going on with Sol Ruka, so it's all over the place right now. Everybody's up in the air, and obviously, ladies and gentlemen, what do we always say? Speedy recovery, and we hope they return back sooner rather than later. Moving on to our minor rumors, a Fightful Select story on changes Vince McMahon made to this week's Raw said that a planned Piper Niven / Candice LeRae match was cut, as was a segment Niven and LeRae were going to have with Trish Stratus. Their match was replaced by the Street Profits versus Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin won. Not really much to say on this. I've already spoke about how I don't understand why, I'm going to say Triple H, why Vince doesn't necessarily like Candice LeRae and Piper Niven and all that sort of stuff. Man, that's it doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, Also, on sticking with Vince, well, not necessarily Vince McMahon, but more so with WWE. If you didn't hear, they're currently in the middle of a lawsuit right now. With oh man, I'm scared because I don't know if I'm allowed to say the word. It starts with a D. You're not going to know what I'm talking about, but YouTube's going to know what I'm talking about, and I'm scared. I don't want the video to get smacked up, all right? Just go look it up. WWE is getting sued, and Bianca Belair is a part of it, okay? Bianca Belair is not getting sued. She's not getting sued. She is part of the suing. She's the suer, not the suee, okay? So I'm scared to say the word because I don't know what YouTube is going to do. I'm scared, okay? I'm scared. It's like a big spotlight, and it's rotating. I don't want to get caught in, okay? So please take my word for it. Our next minor rumor, Pretty Deadly will be at SmackDown this Friday per PW Insider Elite. That's the latest sign. Kit Wilson and Elton Prince will be called up in the WWE Draft. Cora Jade is also said to be, quote, in the race for promotion after impressing during her main event appearance this week. So if you didn't catch Spring Breakin', you had the family. You had Channing Stacks Lorenzo. And, wow, I cannot believe Tony D'Angelo, Mamma Mia. So that wasn't on purpose. Anyway, threw him in the ocean, I'd like to think, right, because they didn't tie them up, if you remember. I'd like to think that they threw them in there and they just swam to the surface, and they were just like, do they know we can swim? And he was just like, And then he was just like, you want to swim to SmackDown? And he was like, okay. And now they're gone. Now they're going to SmackDown. They're fine. They didn't tie them up. I'd like to, well, that wouldn't make any sense because it's been literally days. So if they're still dripping wet. I like the kayfabe though. I don't know. Part of me would like the kayfabe, I get it because they got thrown. But, I'm glad that they are getting called up to the main roster. That was supposed to happen literally a week or two ago, and the segment got cut because Vince just knows everything, folks. I don't know if you know this. Vince is a visionary, okay? He sees into the future. Everybody's out here, right, playing checkers and doing the, you know what I'm saying? And Vince, all right, he's doing the game, chess. But apparently there's a chess game where you can go back in time and into the future and stuff. That's what he's doing. He's playing chess in the year 3000. That's what's going on, all right? He cut the segment because he knew they were getting traded. Yeah, he knew they were getting sent to the main roster. So he said, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to make the build for it more impactful, And I'm not going to do it because I'm just a son of a bitch, you know what I'm saying? Oh, damn it, Maximum Male Models is on Raw, damn it. I wanted them to have funny interactions. Well, they're still great. I'm happy to know that this is where they're headed, and I can't wait to see what they're going to be getting up to. Our next minor rumor, WWE CEO Nick Khan sent a letter to all employees telling them they have to return to office full-time on May 1st. PW Insider got a copy of the letter and also spoke to employees who weren't happy about it, as it compounds stress they're already experiencing due to fear of layoffs after the Endeavor deal goes through. I understand. This has been something that has not been alien to just WWE. I know that there's a lot of companies out there, that have been like, hey, you're fine, right? I know you are, so why don't you come on back? And everybody's like, okay, but we don't have to. We don't have to. It's been, proven, right? You can just check the analytics. We can do work from home. And Nick's like, no, need you in here. I need you guys with me. I need to see you guys. You know what I'm saying? Touch your shoulder. You know what I'm saying? It's a weekend. If I were you, I would start making a bed rope and start, day by day, you know what I'm saying? getting it closer and closer to the bottom. And then as soon as he comes into your office, he's got a folder in his hand, and he goes, "Hey man, can I talk to you for a second?" "Yeah, sure, 1 second." And he just leave out. That's just me though. Our final minor rumor: Will Ospreay told DAZN his New Japan contract expires in February 2024. I wanted to start off by talking about how he said his body was catching up with him, but I don't necessarily know if that has anything to do with his contract. But I feel like it does play a role, you know. I mean, it would. I don't know, because I'm not Will Ospreay. You know what I'm saying? Like, he could be going through a lot of different, like, you know, situations mentally, and what I mean by that is, like, he may one day be like, you know, I'm gonna do a contract extension, and then the next day he could be like, actually, you know what? I'm not really feeling it. You know what I mean? Like, so I don't necessarily know. You know what I mean? Only Will Ospreay is going to be able to sit down, right, and be like, look, this is what I want to do. So there's not really much I can say. I can never really say too much about this stuff. I say this all the time. Like, I'm not them. I can't sit here and be like, oh, he's going to do this or this is going to happen. You know what I mean? Like, you would have to know where he's planning on going or what he's planning on doing, because a lot of people, at least now, are like, hey, this is more than likely, because Edge was talking about, hey, I've got like 1 more year left in me. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of wrestlers, at least for right now, are kind of starting to think about, like, what am I going to do after this? You know what I mean? So I can't really sit here and be like, oh, Will Ospreay, he's going to go to WWE and he's going to be the next world heavyweight. Like, you know, that's a huge call. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can't sit here and lie to you. Okay, I'm not a liar, a fibber. Okay, what are we talking about? So Seth is a leading candidate, and they'd be pretty shocked if Roman did not stay on SmackDown. Makes a lot of sense. Seth is definitely a good shout. I definitely, if I had to give it to anybody, gun to my head, I would definitely put it on Seth, and right after that, I would put it on Finn Balor, and then right after that, I would put it on LA Knight. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm not really going to complain. Seth Rollins is definitely a good choice, so I'm looking forward to that. Big E's coming back to the main roster, ladies and gentlemen. I'm definitely excited to hear that. What if he goes to NXT? Man, I mean, listen, all right, the fact that he's coming back at all, okay, is absolutely incredible. I'm excited to see what they're definitely going to do with him. You know what I'm saying? Vince took out the Piper Niven / Candice LeRae match. I don't necessarily know why. I like that he did the Street Profits versus Shelton and Cedric. Did it need to happen? Not really. But I mean, Cedric and Shelton got TV time. The Street Profits, you know, yeah, I'm glad that they're still on side. Like, I don't know, swings and roundabouts. You know what I'm saying? Silver lining. At least they were on TV. Can't really complain, right? Indy Hartwell was injured. She actually got injured, and then she came back in the match. They were willing to pull the trigger on Tiffany Stratton. Keep that in mind. They were willing to pull the trigger on Tiffany Stratton. That tells you everything you need to know about the faith that they have in that woman, okay? She is going to go places. I just know she's not going to get called up right now. She doesn't feel like she's ready, and I completely understand that. If Vince still had his way, and I low-key think he does, she would get called up immediately, and even she would be looking around like, I should not be here, which I respect. I respect that. Grayson Waller also got injured as well. You hate to see it, folks, but you know what? It happens. That's why they call it the beautiful game. You know what I mean? It is what it is. Hopefully, both Indy and Grayson and Soruka, because she also got written off, hopefully they come back sooner rather than later and they make a speedy recovery. Pretty Deadly are going to be at SmackDown. I'm incredibly excited. I can't wait to watch that. I want to watch that so badly. I definitely am going to be looking forward to that, you know, so we're definitely going to have to wait and see how that is definitely going to play out, you know. Nick Khan told everybody, get in the office. Get in the office right now. And everybody's like, you know, so, I mean, yeah, that's not really, you don't want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to sound like I don't care. I do care. I care a lot. My point is that, like, it's a big fat cat corporation. You know what I'm saying? Big money, you know, big wrestling. You know, I don't know what to tell you. You know, listen, man. You know, you want to go in his office with the slick back hair and the jacket? I can't go in there. He's going to wrestle me. Can't have that. Okay. He has to win. Will Ospreay told DAZN his New Japan contract expires February 2024. Listen, all right, it all depends on what he wants to do and how he's feeling. You know what I'm saying? I feel like I definitely said that before. So only time will tell what exactly he wants to do with his contract. And hopefully we're going to see him at Forbidden Door. Folks, that's going to do it for this episode. Hopefully everybody has a wonderful tonight and a wonderful tomorrow. As always, big hugs. Big hugs all around.